Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk About It, where the conversation is getting real. On today's topic, we're going to talk about something that I've actually been trying to figure out myself. Is it better to buy or finance a car at my age? So I've been looking into a lot of different ways. Is it better? Is it going to affect a lot of things? Where I should be looking? Everything like that. I do have a car right now. My parents got it for me as a Christmas gift because at the time I was not able to afford that or to save for it because of the previous job I had. It wasn't enough to cover that. So now I do have one. It is a used car. It's a 2006. So we didn't expect it to last like super long, probably a year, which it's coming up on in December. And I have had to pay for repairs and everything like that. Like it's an older car, it's gonna need repairs and everything. And we got it for 2,500. The biggest thing was I didn't want it to get to a point where I'm paying more in repairs than the actual car costed. And I think it's starting to get pretty close to it. It's working fine right now. So if it's still moving, I'll take it. But I am starting to look for a new car if I need to decide to just finance, or do I decide to wait a couple more months, maybe extend how long my car is registered for and just renew it before I can just buy a new one. Here's the pros and cons, and of course, please in the comments let me know what you think. This is something I've been trying to figure out, so if you have any ideas or put your thoughts, please let me know which one you think is better. Is it better to finance a car or buy out with cash? One of the things I was thinking about when it came to finances is that is going to be another payment that I have to deal with every single month. So on top of rent, I just got a new phone, so I'll be paying my own phone bill on top of, insurance and everything like that. Is a car payment something I want to add to that pile right now, or can I even financially do that as something else? When financing a car, you can get a newer car. That's something that's starting to happen is you can easily lease a new car, and if your credit score is great, you'll have a lower rate. And that's the biggest thing. It's all about credit score now. So if you have a pretty good credit score, you can get it for a lower rate, make the down payment, do monthly payments. I was looking, I think, on Carvana at their used cars that were still pretty recent-ish. It's like 2013, 2014, maybe a little bit higher than that. And I saw some that were like a $600 down payment and maybe $200 a month. But that is something that you'd have to pay for 24 to 84 months. And that was the biggest thing, as well as how long I'd be paying it off. Once the car is driven off the lot, it immediately is losing value. So once you buy it and it's off the lot, you're going to end up paying more in the fees every single month than what it originally cost. Now, if you're in a position where you can just buy a newer car that is great, now they're starting to cost around, for all the safety features and everything like that, it can be up to $40,000. I don't really have that laying around right now, so I'm personally not going to just go and buy a newer car. But I am trying to see, do I want to finance one that's a little more recent, maybe what year are we in, 2021, maybe a 2016 or something like that to finance. But at the same time, should I also buy a car instead that is used that I can get cheaper? So if you do decide to buy, that is something that now becomes your own asset. So the car I have is my own asset now. That was bought out with cash. So that's also the potential there, is having another asset. I'm not making monthly payments every single month. The only downside is I'd have to wait a bit longer than I'd like to buy a car, and it probably won't be as new as I would like it to be, but that all depends. Some places you can even trade in the car you have. Maybe somebody will want a 2006 car. I don't really know if that would happen. I do have to check. But a lot of places now you can trade in your car. They'll give you the value and you can get something that's at that value, or you can use whatever you traded in on top of what you're going to add into it. So if you are buying, that also doesn't affect your monthly. So you want to think future wise as well. Are you going to be able, if you decide to finance, maybe, if you decide to finance, are you going to be able in the long run for those 24 to 84 months make those payments on time? Because that is something that can greatly mess up your credit score if you're late on the payment. I don't really want to be in that position. I've already had that position happen and my credit score has gone down, so I'm in the process of repairing that. But if you buy it, that's not going to affect your credit score. You don't have to take out a loan from a bank or the dealership that you have to end up paying back. It's yours. You also don't have to qualify for a loan if you do decide to buy, because you are paying with cash, ideally. But the biggest thing is, will it affect you in the future if you decide to finance? So will you be able to still pay your rent and your insurance and your electricity and your water bill and your phone bill on top of adding another payment, which is a car payment, which you'll have to pay interest on as well? So please let me know what you think. I'm younger, I'm 21, and I do have like 2 jobs that help pay what I have to deal with now. I just don't know if I'm ready to add on the responsibility of a car payment as well. I think maybe I would in next year early on, but I think right now maybe I'd want to focus more. But if you've had this experience or this thought in the past, and tell me what you decided to do. Did you decide to buy it and just wait until you had enough? Did you decide to finance and you have a newer car and that's what you're working with? So those are the 2 that I'm deciding between. Some places I've been looking at when it comes to finances is Carvana is one of them. Drive Time is another one. I'm actually not sure if Drive Time is everywhere, but I know it's in Arizona. So if you're in Arizona, they have Drive Time. When it comes to buying a used car, before I was looking on Craigslist, which is a pretty good place to look. Just make sure you don't get scammed. There are some on there that aren't real. If you ever see a $0 one, please don't trust that. Keep scrolling. Make sure you put the filters in correctly, everything like that. And some of them will be $0 and they're trying to get you to finance. So if that's not what you want to do, make sure you're looking for a decent price range and everything like that. For buying, if you do want a newer car, that's going to, if it's used, could be 20,000 or maybe less, maybe more. I'm not super precise on that, but it'll definitely be something that you want to look into if you do decide to look on Craigslist. I don't know if I'd want to look on Craigslist for financing a car. Probably go to an actual dealership. But if you are, make sure you look at the model, the make, information, do your research, of course. Make sure you're staying safe when you're going to meet someone about a car, because people they're a little dangerous out here, so you gotta be careful. If you have someone who knows what they're doing, that's good too. I had my dad go with me when we went to go get my car, and he knew what to look for. I just stood there pretending like I knew what I was doing, inspecting the tires and trying to see, is it flat or not. I didn't actually know what I was doing. I was just trying to play it off like I did. But we got it for a really good deal, so that's a bonus. So if you do, put in the comments your thoughts, let me know what you think, any sites that I should look for, anything like that. Or if you're also going through this dilemma, make sure you check out in the comments, or I will also keep you posted on what I do decide to do, and hope you go from there. So I hope you all have an amazing Friday and enjoy the rest of your weekend.